Hey, what's going on? Paul Farmer here. This is Freedom Project Live, episode 220. What I like to do on these is share with you my journey online, give you mindset tips, marketing tips, or anything else I feel would be of benefit to you. So, before I get started, I do want to apologize because there's been like a crackling sound on a few of my videos here. And when it's a live video, like I have no idea that's going on until I listen to the recording back. So if you're hearing that, I apologize. I don't know why that's happening. I'm going to look into it further. Hopefully, it's not doing that today. By me, you could still hear the content and everything. So, but it is a little bit annoying, I know. So I'm going to see if I could figure out what's going on. Could be my mic, could be something else. I'm not sure. But that's what's up with that. So anyway, let me get right to the topic today. So Jessica Higdon's been doing this money mindset summit. It's like a virtual summit where she's been interviewing all these leaders. And there's been some really big ones, like Les Brown was one of the speakers that she interviewed. There's a number of others for whatever reason I can't think right now, but I was listening to yesterday's session, and the very last session stood out to me the most. And there were a lot of great points throughout yesterday's session. Oh, another one was Tim Story was on there as well. But the one that stood out to me was the one I'd never heard of before. And she is a stunt woman who has worked on the Marvel, like the Avengers series. And she's overcome some very serious things through her mindset. And her name is Shauna Galligan. I never heard of her before, but I was really fascinated by some of the things she shared. And I did take some notes, and what stood out to me the most, and I'm going to share that with you. So one of the things that really stood out to me, and you hear athletes talk about this all the time. In business, we can apply it to our business all the time. And that was visualization, the power of visualization. Can't speak right now. And what she said, because when you're a stunt person, I guess what they do, when they see people flying through the air, they put them on a wire, and then there's like a machine that pulls them across like a rag doll, and then they're thrown onto other people, other objects. Like she said, she was thrown onto rocks, landing on rocks or landing on other people. And, she would land on the rock with her back. I can't even imagine. But what she does before that happens, and if she doesn't do it, it always hurts. But what she does is she visualizes the landing being soft. She visualizes the landing being soft and her getting up and walking away and doing it again. So if she's off, she said, like, if my mindset is off just a hair, if I am not on point with my mindset, if for whatever reason I start doubting or whatever, it's going to hurt. She could get injured, right? So it's all about visualization. And I just thought that was really powerful because, we talk about that in home-based business all the time, that you got to visualize what it is you want. You got to see it before you can have it in your hand, right? Before you can have it actually become a reality in your hand. Like, you have to visualize it. So I think that's really something to really take note of. The other thing is, like, so she was talking about how in certain scenes she has to like fall down the stairs, right? And she has to do this on her own. She has to actually physically jump and fall down the stairs. And she says, like, again, if she doesn't visualize herself landing softly, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. But if she visualizes it landing softly, then she can get up and she doesn't feel anything. She feels good, So it's really, really powerful what she's sharing. The other thing I wanted to talk about was she talked about how powerful the mind is, how powerful the mind is. And she gave a number of very crazy examples. But one of the examples was she was doing this stunt, and they got to do these things over and over and over again. I think it was like her 13th time, and she landed wrong. And what happened was she was actually paralyzed. And she was thinking to herself, she's like, okay, well, I'm either going to be paralyzed or I'm going to get up and walk away. So she acknowledged what had happened. She acknowledged it, but then she shifted it to a different thought, right? She didn't focus on what she didn't want. She focused on what she wanted. And what she wanted was to walk away. And sure enough, she was able to walk away, even though she had been paralyzed for a certain amount of time. They had rubbed her legs and stuff. But she was able to walk away and redo it all over again, do a whole nother one, a whole nother stunt. So the power of the mind. There's another there was another example. There are a lot of examples, but there was another example where she said she went to China. And in China, what she said what they do is they had someone sit in a chair, and there were 4 other people that surrounded the chair. And this is just the power of the mind. It's just incredible. But they would take 2 fingers and they would put them under the armpits and under the kneecaps. And then they would like speak out like, you are heavy, right? Over and over. And then they would go to lift the person and they couldn't lift that person. Then they would switch it up and go, you are light, you're light like a feather. And then they were able to lift that person up above their head. So, I talk about mindset a lot because I believe that we are able to do some incredible things. And it's really just our limiting beliefs. It's our paradigm that limits us from our greatness. So those were some of the things that stood out to me. Another thing that stood out to me was she was talking about money. Okay. And she's like, yeah, I'm like the richest poor person. And the reason she said that is she's been able to buy like 3 houses. And she's like, I have no money in the bank account, but I somehow I buy three houses. She's like, I just manifest it, right? Now she's gotten better with her money, but back then it was just like manifesting this stuff. But one of the things she heard was this guy said he wanted to start getting checks in the mail, right? Instead of bills, he wanted checks. So what he started doing was he started speaking that into existence. He started saying, I'm getting checks in the mail every day. I'm getting checks in the mail every day. I'm getting checks, right? In the mail every day. And sure enough, like within 2 years, he was getting checks in the mail every day. So she's like, I want to try that too. So she started doing it. And sure enough, when she started, she wasn't working in the movie industry, but later on, now, she works in the movie industry. So she says she gets checks in the mail every single day, residual checks in the mail every single day. But she started doing this years ago before she was even working in the movie industry through 3 different careers, she said. So the mind is a very powerful thing. These are just some examples. There was an example of her healing her brain. I'm not going to go into that one, but that involved her going to China as well for, I believe, a month and doing some intense meditations and things like that. Qigong. Again, I don't know much about that, so I'm not going to speak about it. The other thing that was a big takeaway for me was start your day with a mantra. Start your day with a mantra. Now, she said it's as simple as this. It's as simple as saying, today is going to be a great day. Today is a great day, right? Because what that does is that creates the energy that is going to open up opportunities for you. That energy is going to follow you throughout the day. So a lot of people, they start the day without, oh man, I don't want to go through this day. Oh, it's horrible. I feel bad. I'm so tired, and they start off that way. And that is the energy that follows them throughout the day. So she says, just by doing these mantras, as simple as, hey, today is a great day. Today is a great day. Les Brown was one of the people that were interviewed in another segment as well. And he also said something about a mantra, a daily mantra, and he said for him, it's you have greatness within you. You have greatness within you. You have greatness within you. And he just says that over and over. So I thought that was really powerful. The other thing is, when you're doing these things, you have to look for the opportunity. Now, it's not enough just to be doing these things. You have to pay attention to the opportunities that are opening up to you, and then you just move through them. And when you move through them, the energy is going to propel you forward, right? So those are the things that really stood out to me. Obviously, there were more takeaways as well, but I'm going to stop there. The mind is such a powerful thing. I witness this every single day with people in the home-based business industry, how they have these major blocks. And, I've done this myself. They have these major blocks that prevent them from stepping into their personal power. And one of those big blocks is they don't want to get rejected. They're worried about what other people think of them so much that they prefer to stay in the state they're in to not have people reject them, to not feel that. They would prefer to stay whatever situation they're in. Typically, when people are coming into a home-based industry, typically they're looking to change their situation. So they want to change something in their lives. Typically, most people don't come into the home-based business industry already just doing wonderful, right? I mean, it does happen, but a lot of them are going through a transition period, or they're going through basically a breaking. They've reached their breaking point. Like they're like, I don't know what else to do. I need to do something and change my situation. So, so a lot of times, like what I witnessed and what I went through was, and I still go through this. I still am working on this. I work on this every single day. It's why I talk about mindset so much. It's because it's our mindset. Mindset is 95% of your success. Skill set is 5%. If you can get the mindset down, you're unstoppable. If you believe you can go out and do it, no one's going to stop you. If you stop caring what other people think of you and you do it anyway, no one's going to stop you. You are unstoppable. So that's really where you want to get. You want to get, and that's what successful people do. They do it anyway. They don't care what other people think of them. They do it anyway. They don't care if they're scared of it. They step through that fear and they do it anyway. That's why they're successful. It's not that they don't feel the fear. It's just they do it anyway. Okay. So a lot of great takeaways. Really, I'm going to really work on some of this stuff with the visualization. I wanted to say one more thing. She did say that connecting within. So like basically sitting in silence for like 15, 20 minutes, connecting within is really powerful as well. So that's all I got for today. If you'd like to learn how I am able to earn some extra income from the comfort of my home, go ahead and click the link right below this video, and that will take you to some of the information that I have about a fantastic opportunity that can not only help you create residual income, but can also teach you a skill that can help you create passive income. So it's really something that could really benefit anyone. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.